Alrighty, everybody. Welcome to yet another episode of Radio Tekkers. We are back, covering Manchester United versus Southampton. It's it's gonna happen. It's right here.
Had to hit the intro
on Radio Tekkers. Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? Welcome yet again to yet another episode of Radio Tekkers. I am Tanner, aka the Texas Gentleman, and right alongside me, as always, here, two of podcasting's finest. First off, I guess to my right, my left, my right on the screen, I guess. His lordship himself and esteemed birthday boy, Mags. Mags, how are you doing today?
Well, it's not my birthday now. It was quite a few days ago. There is a birthday in Radio Tekkers land today. Cy Powell.
Yes.
It's his birthday today. But yeah.
Happy birthday, Cy.
Glad to finally be back with both you guys. It feels like forever since we've done a live watch along. Good to hear that theme music again.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that
It's
music.
all in the feels.
Yeah, it's good stuff. This season's been so crazy with games being midweek. I mean, we just had a Liverpool game yesterday, and they're having one again, tomorrow?
Yes.
And you know, games all through midweek. It's been a hectic schedule, this Premier League. You know, it's like people are postponing games for no reason or something, right? Anyway, right alongside Mags, myself, right below us here on the screen here, another one of podcasting's finest, the magnificent one himself, Matt. Matt, how are you doing?
I am excellent. Thank you very much for asking, Tanner. Yes, I'm holding you two up today, it feels like. No, I'm joking, of course. I'm joking.
Both physically and metaphorically.
I'm holding you back in some cases as well. No, it felt so long since we've all been on a watch along together. But Man United in a state of transition. Southampton seemingly inconsistent, but on their day can give anyone a good game. They took 2 points off of Man City this season. The only team to do that, I believe, in 4 seasons to not lose to Man City.
Yeah, and they're a team that just won't die. I mean, even when you feel that they're out of a game, they come back and not only did they draw against Tottenham, they pulled out the victory out of the jaws of defeat. Yes, Southampton have been massively inconsistent, but this run of form that they're in now, they're a hard team to beat.
This is all very true. Truly a game of sinners versus saints here between Manchester United and Southampton. But
is that good to the Devils at Sinners Tanner by any chance?
And other reasons.
That's
terrible
using your noodle there.
That's terrible wordplay. Let's not forget, of course, that Southampton's inconsistency is so great that in the last 2 seasons they've lost 9-0 twice. That's the Premier League record for people who aren't aware, who are just joining us for the first time. If you are, welcome along. And one of those games was here against Manchester United.
It certainly was. And
I believe it was last season.
And we keeping on like the theme of inconsistency. Is there a team in the top half of the table that epitomises inconsistency more than Man United? I mean, even now, not even game to game, from half to half of games, they're inconsistent. Look at the result against Burnley. Absolutely demolished Burnley in the first half. Second half were second best to pretty much every single thing that was happening. The game against West Ham really struggled in the first half. Second half was like a totally different team. So we're talking about inconsistency. Man United are up there with the most inconsistent in this league.
Indeed. Speaking of Man United, of course, and talking of a birthday boy himself, happy birthday, Si. Welcome to the chat, sir. You are cordially invited
Happy
to
birthday to
sing the intro.
you. And that's it.
Yeah.
All right.
That's all we get, Si.
Max was going to keep going there. I don't know.
Those dulcet tones were wonderful.
Now Sars' ears are bleeding.
Now, I wanted to ask you, gentlemen, well, as the Man United team scrolls along the screen underneath us, of course, De Gea, Dalot, Varane, Maguire, Shaw, Pogba, McTominay, Rashford, Fernandes, Sancho, and Ronaldo. Is the squad good enough in general to challenge for top four, Man United, or is it a case of lot of good players but not a good team?
I think it's more of the latter there. I mean, in theory, yes, all of these players should be capable of mounting a title challenge. Heck, last year they were mounting a decent enough title challenge if it weren't for Manchester City running away with things by early 2021. The problem is that there's just so much inconsistency with coaching, with the players themselves on and off the field. Just disruption after disruption. There's nothing but chaos, it seems, that reigns supreme at Manchester United. In my opinion, Mags. I mean, what do you think?
I think you've hit the nail on the head. I mean, you look at players like Sancho, Ronaldo, Fernandes, Pogba, De Gea, Varane. These are all title-worthy players. These are all elite-level players, but they haven't had that week-on-week consistency. And whether that is stemming from issues with Rangnick's way of training and his way of motivating players and his tactic selection, who's to say? But this team should be clearly battling for top four, potentially battling for the title. There's more than enough quality all the way through the squad, and you've even seen the kind of the fringe players like Dalot and Alex Telles really come through and prove their worth. So yeah, on paper this is a top four team all day long, but you don't play football on paper. You've got to produce those results on the pitch, and Man United have been really struggling to keep that momentum going.
Because on paper, Man City win every game 10-0 on paper, but that's not how you win football matches. If that's the case, you just give them a trophy at the start of every season. That's not how it's done. In terms of money, Newcastle would walk the league, but Newcastle need to earn the league title. Not technically they could buy way out of trouble, which I think sort of they have. We'll get on to that later. But according to ESPN, as Max touched on, United players are frustrated with Ragnarok's training methods, which are believed to be old-fashioned. Is he very much in the vein of Jose in the case of his time has passed him by? In terms of being a coach, I mean.
Goodness, sorry, I had to clear my throat. Just
from that horrific take.
Just from the sheer, yeah. I mean, you've brought in a manager who earned his chops basically in the late '80s and early '90s. I mean, look, is it old-fashioned? Perhaps. I mean, I think that it's not unreasonable to say that his training styles is probably based on hard work and trying to get the most out of your team as possible, physically and mentally. Now, are some of his methods not up to date? I mean, I'm not at the training ground at Manchester United's facilities, so believe it or not, so I can't speak for that.
Yeah, I've got to echo a lot of what Tanner says there. People seem to forget that this is a guy who's looked at as a godfather of football tacticians. He's trained everybody who is at their very best right now in football. I mean, you talk about people like Klopp, sat under the learning tree. I like the ideas that he brings. And I think a lot of the issue is these players are so... They become so much of a diva that whenever they are made to work hard, they throw the toys out the pram. I think it's not a statement on Rangnick's tactics and his mentality, but more a statement on how player power has become so strong that even world class managers are forced out because players don't want to put in the work.
Just a quick side note here, because I want to go back to a very poignant thing that Mags brought up. Yes, I am in the dark. It's actually just past 6 a.m. here in the United States across the Atlantic. And at least I didn't frighten y'all like I frightened Mags, because there's actually...
you didn't frighten me. Legolas of the Woodland Realm
It's
frightened
actually
me.
Legolas in the background. So Mags was very worried for my safety. Thought there was another person in the room hiding next to my closet door here. Mags brought up actually people being under the tutelage of Ralf Rangnick. Jurgen Klopp.
It's Ragnarok.
Jurgen Klopp's a debatable one, but we do have somebody who has a very much direct connection to Ralf Rangnick here in this game, and that is actually his opposition number, Ralf Hasenhüttl. Now, they work together closely. Pardon me?
These guys are two that I can't pronounce. These are just bad hands in Countdown.
Ralf Hasenhüttl?
It doesn't look like it's spelled that way, but yes.
Yes, that would be him. Hasenhüttl worked directly under Rangnick over at RB Leipzig. Yeah.
And hated him.
And hated him. They do not. I don't think that there's bad feelings anymore, but I think that it would be very hard working under a man like Ralf Rangnick. He seems like a man who knows what he wants and needs to get that. Hasenhüttl has his own way of doing things here. Could this be an interesting dynamic that we see here in this game, gentlemen?
I generally think that Man United cannot afford to lose this match today, because they want to stay in the touch for the European spots. They need to win this game.
Yeah. So out of the race for the top four, Man United will they'll go level after this game with West Ham in terms of games played. Arsenal will have then 2 games in hand of them. Tottenham will have 3 games in hand of them. So they're essentially points that are up for grabs. So they need a win. They need to stamp their place on this top 4 spot. And going back to the Rangnick stuff, Chris makes a really good point here. It says it all that players are wanting Poch and Ralf wants Ten Hag. Players wanted a soft style of coaching because they can't handle a boot up the arse. Kind of like alluding to the same point that I made. But put your money on Poch being the manager first game for United 22-23 and then not being there 23-24, because that has been the modus operandi for the Man United board. Bring a manager in, support them to the hilt, get instant success, then rein that support in and expect that managers to get the same amount of success with less support, and then shift them on, which hopefully Ralf, if he does anything at Man United, is he changes that kind of that ideology from within and shows the board that you need long-term management, you need long-term strategies, even if they don't take on his particular play style, but the mindset of building a club from within rather than short, sharp fixes.
We've got the teams on the pitch here at this point, and
we should probably discuss the Southampton team. We haven't done that at all.
Yeah, let's run through the starting lineups here. David De Gea, Dalot, Varane, God bless him, he's next to Maguire here. Luke Shaw, Paul Pogba, and McFred. Well, not McFred, McMuffin, McTominay. He's in the midfield. Rashford, who is a saint among sinners here. Fernandes, Jadon Sancho, and Cristiano Ronaldo are your Manchester United starting 11. Southampton, here we go. Fraser Forster. There we go. Walker Peters.
That's you're written the right way, Tanner.
Yeah, I know. I Googled it. Bednarak, Saliso, and Perraud? Perraud. There we go.
Ross.
Like Ross Perot. There you go. Armstrong, Ward Prowse, Romeo,
Romeo.
Eliunusi.
Eliunusi.
They're very close. Adams and then Broja in the Southampton starting 11. That's it. Gentlemen, predictions here before we get to kickoff.
So for me, it's going to go one of two ways. We're either going to see Man United absolutely destroy Southampton, or we're going to see a plucky Southampton pull it out of the bag. So I'm going to go Southampton 2-1.
Yep, Southampton look plucky here. Matt?
I pause in the UK, ready for you, Tanner. I am going to say.
I forgot we need to do that.
I'm gonna be bold here. I'm gonna say Southampton 3-0.
Jeez,
you
at
are
Old
on-
Trafford.
You are on some mad drugs.
Well, I was gonna say Arsenal 2-0, but it's kind of half of course. Chris, what are you thinking, Tanner?
So Matt says 3-0 to Southampton here. As Ralf, as the Ralphs, we'll call them the Ralphs. They have a nice exchange. Hasenhüttl looks more dismayed, perhaps, than Rangnick here. I don't know. I do like the feeling of Southampton here. I think they can come up with a result. Maybe that's a little bit naive of me, but I think that they can do this. I'm going to go, probably 2-0 to Southampton.
Okay, as they take the knee, we of course remind you here, of course, at Radio Tekkers, there is no room for racism or discrimination in any walk of life, including football. Of course, report racism at PremierLeague.com/report racism.
And we've got kickoff. I'm actually about 19 seconds in.
Brilliant.
But even when I talk over the racism message, which I applaud.
Chris in the chat, he points out that Paul Pogba was absolutely,
well, he was shite.
Yeah. For United against Burnley. Yes, I would tend to agree with that.
And like I said earlier on when we were talking about Man United, they are a team of two halves. So against Burnley in the first half, they're demolished. The amount of shots they had was frightening. Second half, I think they had one, maybe two shots all half. So they're certainly very much a Jekyll and Hyde team, even in games, not even over the stretch of the season. We got a time check for you guys. I'm on 1 minute and 15.
Yep, that sounds about right to me.
Yeah, I'm going to catch up a couple of seconds. That's fine.
Surprise, surprise, we're already seeing something that we're already very tactically familiar with here with Manchester United, in that it's Sancho, Rashford, and Fernandes pressing, and Ronaldo a little bit slower to the
He's incredibly old, though.
Trying to
Well, he's the same age as me. Let's not forget that. I probably can move faster than him nowadays.
Who?
Matt, would you
Ronaldo's the
consider
same age
yourself
as you.
old?
Pardon?
Did you
No,
say
Ronaldo.
Ronaldo is the same age as you?
Yeah.
But you wouldn't consider yourself old. I'm sure, like, Ronaldo wouldn't consider
I don't know. I
himself.
feel old.
Oh, and Southampton teasing a ball across the goal there. Nobody on the end of it, and
An early warning, though.
Dangerous here.
Chris in the chat is saying second half they had the Ronaldo header that went, no exaggeration, to row X. And the Varane shot that was blocked. That was it. We absolutely destroyed him in the second half. It was a fantastic performance from Burnley second half. It really was.
Yeah, and it just shows the difference how the same result against two different teams can be night and day. Against Man United, a point was superb. Against Watford, it was horrific.
Wasn't that Hodgson's first game in charge?
It was, yeah.
That we can put that under to new manager syndrome, Mags.
I mean, you can't keep putting stuff down to other reasons. Sometimes we have to maybe accept.
I have faith in Burnley.
May go down.
I have faith that Burnley will stay up on the last day of the season.
Speaking of the relegation battle, how good have Newcastle United looked? Putting the kibosh to Everton not too long ago.
Oof.
Since I'm in a group chat with some football supporting friends, and one of them is a massive Everton fan.
It's not Ray Cash, is it?
I mean, he's not a massive Everton fan, but this is the most worried he's ever been about Everton going down. The fact they've been dragged into this swirling abyss of relegation. And of all the teams in the bottom half of the table, they have the worst form as well.
Yeah.
You can't see where they pick up a victory.
And they hired Frank Lampard.
Is he
never
the
a
man
good
for the
sign.
job? Well, I'm going to say this, Tanner. I'm prepared to be ridiculed for this. I'm prepared for that.
Mm-hmm.
Frank Lampard, the Chelsea job was too soon. Frank Lampard, I feel. I mean, we saw that with David Moyes, for example. He definitely, his level is not Man United, but he can turn. Everton, he was phenomenal. He brought them up,
and Man United breaking into the
Sancho,
box.
Sancho moving.
Yes.
Both teams having early attempts at goal. The writing is on the wall. I think we're going to see quite a few goals in this game.
Very good defending by Southampton in the end, but Sancho looking lively, and we haven't seen enough of him this season. This is what his 10th appearance of the season,
which is ridiculous. That's after you chased him for 2 years,
and it's not down to injury either. That's the thing; it's not been down to injury either, which makes you wonder what was being said upstairs at the backstage and all that stuff.
Salisu with the ball here puts it into the midfield, but United try and gain it back.
What a great name that is!
Look at that haircut on that sideline, ref.
That is phenomenal. That is absolutely phenomenal.
So, Chris in the chat, Lampard's an awful coach, took the best squad in the Championship by far to 6th, and took a Champions League winning team to now by Christmas. Yeah, I have to agree. He, I will say it till my dying day, he is a football manager, God mode style of manager. He needs to spend horrific amounts of money
to get.
Southampton! Oh, take Adam to bring it over the bar. Sorry.
I think you might be a little bit ahead of us.
I thought on par with you. Sorry, I will pause at exactly 5:50.
Okay. Char's in the chat.
Well,
How's it
I'm
going?
at 5:50 now.
And me too. Yeah. Char says Maguire again in the starting 11. Yes.
I mean, the choice is Maguire or Lindelof. So it's like, do you hobble yourself with a broken leg, or do you hobble yourself with a broken ankle? Oh,
Nice.
Great defending.
by Southampton. Sorry, I didn't see which player it was there.
It was
Perot. Fernando, but no patience at all, Max. Talk us through it.
So Ronaldo again. What a great ball by Sancho though. Ronaldo skips past Forster, wrong foots the defender, and just attempts to just slide it in, but clearly didn't see Perot was chasing in, and Perot makes a relatively easy
He couldn't have asked for
stop.
better.
It looked like Salisu inadvertently got in Forster's way.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed, we have.
But that's a warning. That's definitely a warning that even an out of form Ronaldo who hasn't scored since in this year at all.
Last time he scored, Max, unfortunately.
It was against Burnley. Yes, I'm aware. But even an out of form Ronaldo is still a dangerous player. So you've still got to be on your
still make
toes.
things happen.
And luckily, Perot was on his toes then.
Indeed, Chris in the chat is saying Lindelof wasn't absolutely skinned by Veghorst. Is it Veghorst, Max? Veghorst.
Yeah.
Because we were told on Sky Sports how to pronounce it, and I wrote it down plenty, but I have not got that notebook to hand.
Veghorst.
And Shah is saying Maguire could be a great defender for Birmingham City. I believe
Yeah.
Shah is a Man United fan as well.
Who? Harry Maguire?
No, Shah, not Maguire.
Oh, okay. I was like,
I believe Shah. If I'm wrong on that one, do come at me. I don't mind.
yeah.
Has in recent memory, as a player's stock fallen as much as as Maguire's has over the last year or so.
They
I
were
mean,
talking about-
obvious ones, maybe.
Jaden
I've got no
Sancho.
break here.
I mean, even I think Sancho's issue is he's
Back
not getting
post.
game time. Maguire
He
is
takes
getting
it
game
out. What the
time.
hell?
Southampton. Oh man.
That was a scramble to get rid of that, but now Man United are on the break. 3-on-1. This has to be a good ball. He goes it alone, and again
Oh, it's
the
terrible ball by
defence.
Sancho.
I think he
They
went to
held
go
him up.
take it alone. I think he went to go on his own, and
held him up.
forces the save.
This is a tasty matchup.
It's
Already
end to end. It's end to end.
Indeed. Shaw is
Forster
saying-
looks like he's been winded.
Two teams, two managers who really know each other. This is what we needed here, gentlemen.
People complain about Southampton being a retirement home in a little way. Because Fraser Forsyth must be pushing 40 now. And Will Caballero's not far off it himself. They're their two fittest goalkeepers because of injury to their squad.
I've always
but it's
liked
great goal.
Willie Caballero as well.
Willie Caballero is a phenomenal goalkeeper, and he deserved to be brought on for Kepa in that League Cup final, even though they did.
Maguire again leaning on it's not only leaning but pulling on I think it's Armstrong.
Have a look.
No, I think it's
Warcraft Fund does that.
Broja?
goalwards.
Oh, Broja, yeah, it is Broja, you're out.
Shaw is confirming he's a Barca. They are a Barca fan, I should say. I don't know if it's he or she.
I'm sorry for your loss then, Shaw.
I thought Lenglet was the worst in the back in the world, but Maguire's on another level, bruh.
Barcelona. They're trying.
They're
Trying.
a team in very much in transition.
Yeah.
And they've picked up some outstanding signings. Whether they're allowed to play them or pay any wages or anything like that is another matter.
Or if they took out a massive bank loan,
Chris, going back to my old point about players whose stock has fallen, he thinks that Ali and VDB's stock has fallen over the...
Hopefully, they can
Dele
resolve-
Alli, you can make a very strong argument.
Yes,
for.
absolutely. He's had a terrible couple of seasons, hasn't he?
That
Injuries
man-
haven't helped.
That man scored a brace against Real Madrid. Played at the highest of heights, and now
Do you
he's
think
in a
in-
relegation scrap, being managed by Frank Lampard.
Do you think? And can feel free to jump in on this one because I think I have a point here for a change.
Yeah.
Do you think that Dele Alli started to believe his own hype?
Yeah. So in the run into his transfer to Everton, there's a clip from the Tottenham documentary that was played over and over again, and it's Jose Mourinho sitting and talking with Dele Alli, and he's saying, "On your day, you're essentially one of the best players in the world, but that day doesn't come enough. You are a lot of the times very, very ordinary."
You're on the back.
And instead of taking that on, taking that advice and learning from it, you could see the arrogance in Dele Alli that he wasn't going to learn from this chat with Mourinho, that he believed his own shit didn't stink, and 5 years later he can't get a game for love nor money, and he's ended up 19th position and playing for Everton.
Yeah.
I don't know what
Calm down.
Donny van der Beek. I don't know why he wouldn't even play. We don't know everything behind the scenes. I'm guessing it was falling out with Solskjaer, but I don't think he was Solskjaer signing in the first place.
I mean, I'm kind of discounting Van der Beek and I'm discounting Sancho because I think their quality as players is always there. I wasn't specifically talking about not getting game time. I'm talking about Maguire. He was essentially a world beater coming in from Leicester, and in the last 18 months or so, he has become one of the worst defenders in the Premier League, like the most clumsy.
One could argue Europe, Max. One could argue Europe because no reason being I'm saying that, Tanner, is because it's not just his on the pitch stuff; it's the off the pitch problems he was having over in Greece as well. And I hate to bring this up again, but the fact of the matter is that he was found guilty. He was only not locked up because he appealed for the decision, and the appeal is still ongoing. So the fact of the matter is that, unfortunately, controversy and arrogance seem to follow Harry Maguire wherever he goes at the moment. We have Shah in the chat is saying Ali and Umtiti would be great social media influencers. I would take him as Nick Barton advertisement model.
Oof, that's brave.
Chris is also in the chat. He's listing off things about In All or Nothing. It shows he's a lazy git, doesn't try in training, and that's why his progress has flatlined at best.
I mean, the potential was him to be a world beater, an absolute world beater.
Is he still the most expensive center back in the Premier League?
Who? Maguire? Which one?
Yeah.
We talking about Maguire? Yeah.
But I
Ali?
believe the fee that United paid is still the most paid for a center
No,
back. if I'm not
is it
mistaken.
not Diaz now? I think it's Diaz.
Is it?
I think so.
I imagine Tanner would be looking this up while we're looking through the chat still,
I'm
because
gonna find this out.
Chris is saying that Van der Beek is not looking that good when he has played, and he's also listing off players like Ross Barkley and Danny Drinkwater.
Ross Barkley was linked with Burnley for so long,
Including the transfer window.
We've dodged a bullet there.
Pulisic, Werner, and Kepa.
Yep.
I mean,
Kepa was a massive.
So
now though, I think Kepa has
The
come into
pressure
his
from
own.
Southampton here. Thing is, though, Mendy go back into that squad today for the final.
Yeah, but in the time that Kepa's been in the squad, I think he's done outstanding. Not
Yes.
lived up to the billing of being the world's most expensive keeper by any stretch of the imagination, but a lot better than he was. I mean, he was a calamity in the goal after signing.
So here are your
what is-
sorry.
Oh, what is that?
Oh, Pogba attempting something.
And then at the back post, the Man United defender just slides on the ground to try and win the ball back, and then United just effortlessly fouls the right back for Southampton, and it's out. I'm not entirely sure what's going on here. Man United defense midfield, they did it on the back foot.
They're
Completely.
so here are your top 5 most expensive center backs of all time. Okay. At number 5, Ruben Dias from Benfica to Manchester City.
Oh, so definitely not the most expensive then.
At number 4, Matthias de Ligt from Ajax to Juventus. Number 3, this one's a bit surprising. Lucas Hernandez from Atletico Madrid to Bayern Munich. That was for 80 million euros.
That was a
I
great
mean, it's
signing.
shocking just hearing Bayern Munich spending that much money on a player.
He was.
Yeah,
He was.
they hardly ever do.
You forget how much they spend on players sometimes. Usually, have agreements in place, like with Lewandowski when he moved from Dortmund, for example. But Marco Rashford picked up a yellow card.
Virgil van Dijk from Southampton to Liverpool is at number 2 for 84.5 million euros. And at number 1,
Harry Maguire.
Harry Maguire from
Tanner
Leicester
was
City
right,
from
man.
to Manchester United. 87.1 million euros.
I mean, that's 86.9 million overvalued.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Chris in the chat is saying, such lazy signing for United. Just saw Leicester did well and tried to sign that English centre half. Bad hype because of the World Cup. He wasn't even that good for Leicester. But to be fair, it's just central partnership. It's not one over the other. You need to have them working in tandem. As Manka said so often, that's why Ben Mee and Tarkowski work so well together for Burnley. It's because they work for each other. They work as a team.
And soon they'll be working for Eddie Howe.
I don't think they will. Unless Eddie Howe's going to take over at Burnley.
I mean, that may be a possibility when Newcastle survive and then they decide to bring in their own Ralf Rangnick.
Yeah, Eddie Howe's like, you know who has a great defense? Burnley.
That's available. Shot in the chat is saying United fans crying over Man City saying all money when Man City choose Ruben Diaz, Laporte, Stones, and Man United choose Maguire, Lindelof, and Bailly. I would like to point out you just put John Stones in the same bracket as Ruben Diaz and Laporte. I'm not entirely sure that's right.
What? John Stones is a quality defender.
I wouldn't trust him watching my cat, let alone watch my back line.
You certainly wouldn't trust Kurt Zuma watching your cat.
No, no, that's and that's part. And we'll be addressing that during the pre-show tomorrow for Leicester versus West Ham.
Yes. Don't forget to tune in, tomorrow. for that game. That should be a lot of fun here. And hit that subscribe button so that way you get notified of
Absolutely.
when we go live.
We are making the surge slowly but surely toward the 100 subscribers on YouTube, and once we get there, we get our custom URL, guys. Makes it much eeasier to get in touch with us on a regular basis.
So subscribe now. Get on there and subscribe right
or
now.
the Lord will unleash the hounds.
Woof woof.
Or the cats.
Meow.
There was a great GIF going around the other day of a cat counting money, which was the out of court settlement from Kurt Zuma, apparently.
He's had the cats taken
Southampton
away.
breaking here. Sorry, should we cut your timer?
No, it's okay. Broja here. No, that's I'm sorry. That's not Broja. My mistake. That's the gentleman whose name I had such difficulty pronouncing earlier.
I mean, there was 3 or 4.
It was like you're reading. It like you're reading the menu of
Ross
UK
Perot?
restaurants.
Was it Ross Perot?
Was it El Unasi?
El Unasi.
I've got to say, if I had to look at this team, I would not have said that Southampton were the away team here at all.
No, they're certainly holding their own. I think Man United have more clear-cut chances, but Southampton are certainly have been pressuring.
Indeed, Sean in the chat is saying Varane is not working for a match with how bad they are. Which, to be fair, it's not great.
It's not really his fault. The poor guy, you know. I mean, I'm sure that
he needs a good part alongside him. He needs someone alongside him. Who should he have?
And he's also from
Sergio Ramos. That's your answer.
Yeah, he's also coming from a league that isn't as physical as the English league.
You aren't kidding, Max. And I do like the comment from Shah regarding Man City having all of Barca's staff who were stolen. They have proper structure, while the Glazers are hiring local bankers to be a sporting director.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would like to point out that according to the press this morning, Barcelona are trying to sign Meslier from Leeds to be their #1 goalkeeper in the summer.
Absolutely great signing. He's such a good goalkeeper.
It would be an amazing signing. I would just like to know where all this money is coming from.
Would it be a free? Because he's trying to run out in the summer.
Does his contract run out this summer?
Apparently so. Apparently it runs out in 6 months' time.
You know, Liverpool would be really wise to go in and snipe that one.
Take it and Rashford's in.
And it's 1-0 Man United. That was really well played. Sancho with the goal.
Rashford to Sancho.
The mistake, but the left back let them in.
And Ronaldo's in the middle, claiming to be part of it, and he wasn't. He was just a bystander.
That was all Rashford's doing there.
He was at least 20 yards away, not pressing.
Like heavy breathing, like, give me a minute.
Has anybody got my inhaler?
Just the speed of Rashford and Sancho there, massively outpacing Ronaldo.
Is that an OG?
No.
Is it going down as an own goal? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
It does take a touch. I think it was going in anyway.
I think it was. Yeah,
but it does take a touch.
Poor Salisu.
Shah is mentioning with everything signing over payment for Stegen, he can't dive to his right after recent surgery. He's had a heavy problem for Barca. Well, if he can't dive, he shouldn't be in the nets, mate. Unfortunately. So yes, it is Man United 1, Southampton 0. There goes my bet.
You know what Barcelona should do is actually
retire?
use La Masia, their youth academy.
Mm-hmm.
They should actually.
But that would be me admitting that their policy of spend away out of trouble doesn't work.
You might be onto something there, Matt. You might be onto something there.
Or relying on the Argentine. Oh wait, he's gone. Right, okay. He was going to go at some point, wasn't he?
The diminutive Argentinian is no longer in Barcelona.
And he's also not doing that good for Paris.
No.
No.
Which is a bit worrisome heading into a matchup against Real Madrid, especially with the questions over whether Neymar will be fit for that. Here as Southampton throws the ball in.
Pogba's just won the ball back with strength and actually done a good job actually for a change.
Yeah, it's actually
and spread the ball really well.
Yeah, more back from Pogba would be really happy with that.
He wants to play today.
And
and he
McTominay
gets the
gives
ball
away
back.
a
And
foul.
I think it was Luke Shaw.
That's right, I
did the
apologise.
foul.
Apologies.
NFT Kingpin Luke Shaw. Get your
Mate.
NFTs for Luke Shaw at IamAnIdiot.com.
Indeed, I don't get anything about NFTs. I do not get it at all. Right, what are your opinion, gentlemen, on? Well, we've got a small break in the play. It feels like about the news that came out this morning that Gareth Bale has signed a pre-agreement to rejoin Spurs this summer when his contract runs out at the end of the season.
You sure it's not a pre-agreement with Titleist, the golf company?
I see your point, sir. However,
completing his transfer from Callaway.
according to the Daily Express in the UK, yes, he has signed a pre-contract agreement with Spurs.
I mean, I'm sure it's a feel-good moment for Spurs, but what's Antonio Conte going to do with Gareth Bale?
Play him,
put him right upside. Harry Maguire.
Harry Kane's off. Harry Kane could be off in the summer, couldn't he? So
I guess
it's
that's
incredibly likely that Kane does leave.
Yeah.
But what did Bale do?
What did Bale do last time under?
Loan?
He played with Mourinho at the start. Conte's a very different manager.
Yeah. I mean,
But even so, I mean, a player of his quality should have blown the Premier League apart, and he didn't. He was just a squad number.
He was lackluster to be fair, Max. For
Sure
sure. Fernando made a point about the handball today, Fernando made a point about the handball.
Shar in the chat says Gareth Bale replacement for Emerson Royale. Yes.
Emerson Royale has not had the best of seasons, has he, at Spurs?
I mean, you could just point at any Spurs player and say that.
It's almost like he was a panic buy.
Speaking of people who weren't panic signings, in my opinion, is Spurs bringing in Kulusevski on an 18-month loan deal. That player is phenomenal, and I'm extremely surprised that Juventus loaned him out.
Yeah, Juventus. Who was it? They sold. Was it Bentancur?
Bentancur,
yeah.
And then they've got Kulusevski, who's a phenomenal player. And I think that could really help make a massive difference for Tottenham. It just depends.
The reason why they got rid of those players was to make room to bring in Vlahovic.
Yeah.
Which is being disputed apparently because of at the moment, because apparently he broke a lot of protocols. He wasn't supposed to end his COVID. He was still positive for COVID when he was having his medical done, which is against Italian law.
He's absolutely killing it for Juventus. I mean,
When
can't stop him scoring.
When has breaking the law ever stopped Juventus from doing something?
Yeah,
This is
exactly.
true.
Exactly.
This is true, but I mean, I remember something in Italian leagues. Was it a Serie A game or a Serie B game where they actually the away team travelled to play, and they warmed up and everything. They went through all the thing about checking the nets and everything like that. Even though the home team had not turned up because they had to isolate.
So Man United just had a free kick. Fernandes tried to float it into the box. Found Pogba. He just mishit it, but the opportunity there was for another goal. Man United looking to press this advantage.
Southampton gone.
Well, you just to finish off the point here about Kulusevski, I think if we were talking about Harry Kane replacements, Kulusevski's not a bad choice. He's got the size, he's got the skill set, he's got the goal scoring ability,
The strength.
he's got the strength, he's got the youth. I mean, I know it's an 18-month loan deal
With a compulsory buy contract at the end of it.
Yes, so I mean, I feel like they're setting up for the future, for a future without Harry Kane. Yeah. I don't know if you're going to need Gareth Bale, maybe for a season, just to hold Kulusevski's hand.
But if he's a free signing, then it's a smart deal.
Yes,
depending on wages. I mean, you talk about someone who was on what 600,000 a week. I mean, even with no transfer fee, that's a massive chunk to swallow. And even if he halves that, he still will be the highest paid player in Tottenham's books.
Oh, that's
easily dispossessed.
That was bizarrely easily dispossessed. and that was a terrible ball from the left back forwards, and easily cleaned up and back to De Gea.
Southampton have come off the boil a little bit in this last 5-10 minutes or so.
Ironically, they had
been
before
all
that
Man United.
between the goal and like the last 3 or 4 minutes, man. You were saying 80% possession for Southampton, but United in again, but shepherded well back to Fraser Forster, but Forster then he then sits down Fernandes. Oh, that is cocky.
Wow.
That is, it's brave as well. When you're already losing, it's brave to start doing kick-ups in your own box.
Yeah. I'm need to just quickly rearrange where I'm sitting because I've got something right in my face. Give me 1 moment. I'm just gonna quickly remove myself and bring myself back.
Shall we RP block him now? So he can't come back.
It would be rather mean of us. Oh man. Southampton controlling the possession here as Matt's moving his phone around.
I mean, that's more interesting than what's happening on the pitch. It was literally in the centre circle for a good 30, 40 seconds then.
I now have a good view of Matt's DVD collection. Let's see what's over there. What's going on?
Behave.
We just want to know what DVDs you've got.
I have many, many DVDs.
Let's see here. Shar in the chat says, seems like Ten Hag's going to leave Ajax. Maybe. Ajax has already kept ready his replacement, Peter Bosz. Bosz wasn't too bad. I think he was manager right before Ten Hag, I believe. But Bosz, he did have some bad
goes down injured.
Back to his ankles.
McTominay coming in hard from behind.
Nah.
Brilliant.
He's staying down as well, though. Of course, this week, of course, the Champions League returns, of course, Mag, of course.
Yes.
Of course it goes, of course.
Big, massive game between PSG and Real Madrid on Tuesday. Bigger
one on Wednesday, though, I would have said.
Inter Milan versus Liverpool. I will be keeping my eye on it, yes, for sure, Max.
No, Atletico and Man United, I meant.
It is a big game as well. I won't be seeing any of them, of course, because it's my anniversary.
Congratulations.
Me and Chris have been together for 3 years that day.
Congratulations, Chris.
Chris definitely deserves
I mean, commiserations, Chris.
He put up with me for 3 years, yeah. So, yes, so that's this gives you quite serious for Southampton here.
Yeah, but it does break up the momentum that Man United had and gives Hasenhüttl some time to motivate his players.
Yeah, Southampton needed this break, I think. Yeah, it looks like he's talking directly to the spine of his team.
He's okay, folks.
Yeah.
Well, he's limping a little bit.
I mean, except for that thumb there. That thumb looks a little bit janky.
He looks like he's doing Umaga, yeah. He's going to Samoan spark somebody in the throat.
Oh, rest in peace. Rest in peace, Rodney.
Oh, the 2 subs are warming up, though, so perhaps he's not fitting well to carry on. But it looks like they're going to bring him back on.
They're going to give him a few minutes to see what he's got about him.
Yeah. As Southampton get a free kick. I mean, Romeo, no one knows what that was. That was absolutely pointless. Pretending to kick it forward, then kicking it back.
I've missed you, man.
And they've gone absolutely nowhere with it as well. They're still in exactly the same place as they were. Further back.
Possession is only good if you're leading Southampton. Come on. I think they're doing it mainly to let the guy come on. He's now sprinting forward. I think he'd be fine.
Now we're getting a little bit of progress. Romeo, great
long
long
the
ball.
It's a little bit behind the
unfortunately. I think this is the most we've actually talked about the game. That's interesting.
People say Ward-Prowse is the best free kick taker in the Premier League.
That might be true.
Discuss.
Yeah,
And yet he can't get game
People are very smart.
And he can't get
absolutely
game
is.
England.
Yeah, but the issue is he's it's
Ronaldo,
his
does he
best
win it, or-
asset.
That should be a yellow for Ronaldo right there.
Ronaldo wins the free kick.
He pushed. How did he win that? He elbowed him in the shoulder.
I believe he won it though.
Then he
No,
smiled.
he didn't win it. My apologies. He didn't win it. My apologies.
Ridiculous.
He smiled and explained to the ref that he's just so big and strong that he's just literally.
He's just too little. He's too little for me to lean on.
And the ref
It sounds like
smiled
a
back
script
and
of a bad
nodded.
porn film from the 80s. Right, so he comes Mourinho dancing through.
What happened?
I think Matt's on. We've got a cross line.
Matt taking a look at his DVD collection behind him.
That's not my collection anyway. Right.
Wow.
No.
That was actually not that far away from Southampton.
Yeah.
Romeo doing a nice little bit of interchange and getting the ball across in the end.
Wow, Man United have been clinical with their chances. 4 chances, and all 4 of them have been on target. Southampton have had 4 chances themselves and 0 on target. I mean, that's the difference in the game.
Shah is saying we're signing Spotify. Paul is cooking for Haaland. Everybody wants Haaland at the moment, but who said that Haaland's going to move on?
Barcelona is signing
Spotify.
Spotify.
As a sponsor, I'm guessing.
Ah, okay. I mean,
It's,
it's a big get.
It's an interesting.
Remember the day when they were
Interesting
using
move.
As the right back
Right now.
an interesting right back. With
Oh, come on,
Spotify.
Pogba. What the hell is that?
I mean, hey, if maybe Joe Rogan can flee to Spain and
And with his lifetime supply of ivermectin. Fun fact: he's after all the controversy he's had, not only with the misinformation, but also saying some naughty words. He won't be on UFC commentary tonight for the pay-per-view.
I was going to ask you if that was going to be the case, if he's going to be hiding out here in Austin, Texas for a little
But
bit.
if you,
Apparently, he's already got a booking.
yeah,
But it will be. I think it's Bisping, Anik, and Daniel Cormier on commentary tonight.
Michael
But if you
Bisping
want-
should be good.
if you guys want the best UFC coach, anyway, you should be in the chain wrestling anyway with Mags
Yeah,
and
you should've-
Carlos anyway.
they should've
Right here on
hired-
Radio Tekkers.
Should have hired you, Mags. They should have flown you in.
I would have done a cracking job, and I have 100% less N words in my vocabulary than Joe Rogan has.
Yeah.
It's always a good place to start. Oh, what a nice ball out to the right back.
That is a great ball.
Oh,
Can
the big
Southampton
thing!
do it? Oh,
Oh!
that is beautifully whipped across the box. Just
Beauty's on it,
nobody able to get on the end of it.
No one
Somebody up
gambled
there.
on it. No one gambled on it. What a great ball of cold.
That
Oh,
was a
he's there.
superb ball. Yeah, offside.
I'm just going to check my FM save real quick here and go and pick up
Brilliant.
somebody.
Shah is saying
He's picking up Kyle Walker-Peters for his crossing abilities.
Vinicius is 21, already played 150 games for Real Madrid. That guy's already. In fact, he already is a bit of a legend. to be
He's
fair.
so damn good. Imagine what he's going to be like at like 25, 26 years old. Jesus.
He
Well,
could
we-
be. He could be Ronaldo sort of level.
Does he play for Ajax on your save?
I'm actually at Roma currently.
Did you get sacked?
No. I just started a
You
new
left.
save.
Oh, I was going to
started a
say
new
you
save.
left
I
Ajax
started
for
a
Roma.
new save,
It's what we all do on any kind of football game, management game. We save the game and we go to a new job. We can come back to that one if we don't like what we're doing, which is what always happens with me.
Yeah, it's like I took Ajax to the Champions League finals, won it. I mean,
Oh,
what else
that's
can I do?
brilliant. Can you read one out, Tanner, in your best newsreader voice, please?
In my save, Pep got sacked by West Brom.
That's amazing.
That is an amazing sentence.
So I haven't even been playing Football Manager this year. I'm all about F1 2021.
That's a great game, Max, isn't it? And the new one's coming out in about 5 months' time as well.
I even
Oh,
bought,
Southampton breaking here! What a great break!
Southampton.
oh,
Where's
that's
the
a,
corner?
They need to find somebody here. No.
Yeah, I'm into about season 6. Me and Carlos Sainz. I stuck with him even though he was letting me down over and over again. But now he's the second best driver in the championship. Oh, obviously. I've got a tactic as well of keeping him in second place, and that's letting him pass me, taking everyone else out, and then just letting him run the race for about 10 laps maybe, and then just burning past him. I do keep picking up warnings though for attacking the other drivers.
Have you tried Altramayu? Go for goal!
Oh, and he can hit him. He absolutely can hit him. He scuffed that a little bit, but he's got a very shiny head, like weirdly shiny.
Yeah, it's Zidane-esque.
It stays hit, but unfortunately had no swerve on it. Unfortunately,
like freshly shaved.
Have you tried the breaking point mode, Max?
Manscaped. Is the breaking point the story mode?
Yes.
Yeah, I've done that.
What do you think of it?
Is that the point at which you break?
No, it's kind of like, do you know when you play FIFA and they have a stupid little story mode to pad out the game?
Yeah.
Is it Alex Hunter? Is it called?
Yeah. Alex Hunter, yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of like that. I didn't mind it. It was interesting.
It was a good little thing. And that was their first time I've ever tried to do it. I think it's very good. It just needs to be. I want more of it.
Yeah, but that's the point is for you to buy next year's to continue the story.
But it was a nice little thing to put in there for sure. And it was nice to shut Devon Butler up for sure.
Yeah,
it was nice to stop something like that.
On my save, team radio racing team Radio Tekkers is just dominant, absolutely dominant.
It's good. It's good.
Oh, what a save!
Talk us through it, Max.
So a long throw in, deflected, and it was almost like an attempt at a scissor kick by Armstrong. But De Gea picks it out of the air. That's a great save.
And not only does that, but brings it to the ground and then dives on top of it.
Yeah, Armstrong hits it with the crevice of his I guess his shin, where his shin meets his foot.
I mean, the kind of the movement from Armstrong to even get a shot off because the ball was certainly swerving in the air, and he had to adjust on the fly. Oh, and he's led one defender down on his ankles, and then again it's a little deflection. Romeo has got Ronaldo in his pocket today.
Romeo is everywhere. Shah is saying, Hasselhoff, why is he at Southampton still? His board is worse than Arsenal.
Well, a lot of talk of him joining Man United soon.
It's the thing we've been talking about.
You heard it right here, folks.
Indeed, he's going to become Ralf Ragnarok's.
The two Ralphs.
Ronaldo was offside, as was Rashford.
I don't think Ralph's been that bad. I think that Southampton are a club of scruples, and they know how they operate and why they operate the way they operate. And Ralf is more than content with operating within that form, and Southampton are more than happy to have somebody like that in their coaching staff.
Yeah, Southampton have never historically been a trigger-happy club when it comes to letting managers go. They do get a lot of support from that board. So,
I mean, they're very much a recruiting club. I mean, they're not
Liverpool's B team.
Well, yeah. I mean, they're not gonna compete with the Chelseas and the Arsenals and the Liverpools and the Manchester Uniteds of the world when it comes to signing fees and transfers. I think Matt's also watching some cartoons in the background, perhaps.
No, I'm just talking to my fiance.
Oh, okay. I heard other voices in the background. I had to be sure.
Southampton breaking in again.
He's got a lot more space. One defender sold. Two defenders sold. And again, De Gea with another save low down. Two great saves in succession. De Gea has been in scintillating form recently.
He
De
needed
Gea,
to be, let's face it.
De Gea has time wasting selected here on his tactic board.
I did
Southampton coming alive in this last 5-10
they're
minutes, though.
finishing strong. They're finishing strong, and they need that for sure. We were talking about football manager earlier, of course, because of course it is. I did pick FIFA 22 up in the Lunar New Year sale because it was 75% off.
Cool.
So I was like, why not?
Amazing.
And I have to admit, I have started playing Ultimate Team.
You have started playing
That's
what?
a well you do not want to go down, sir.
but
Have our money.
But I have not spent a single penny on it. I'm doing it the old-fashioned way, for fun, playing just against teams of the week. I think Savannah respected this shot, and Alan puts it into like the 5th row back.
Yeah. So Shar, that's Orlando Bloom. Yeah. Legolas. Yeah.
You have my bow.
Yes. And my axe. Yeah.
I don't.
That's the only time.
Has his balls dropped? Has Legolas's balls not
No,
dropped?
that's the line. Gimli goes, "Hey, you've got my axe."
Correct me if I'm wrong here. It's been a while since I've seen Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
But
You horrific human being.
But isn't it the case that that's the only time he actually talks to Frodo in the entire fucking franchise?
What?
Who?
Legolas.
Mm-hmm. Strictly to him.
I mean, now that you say that,
I've never
really thought
checked
about
that.
it that way. Yeah,
I saw a meme about it, and I was like, that can't be right.
it does make a lot of sense.
I believe I'm right. Unless I'm wrong, please do come at me if I'm wrong about that.
Nerds in the chat, please let us know if that's the only time.
Yes.
Yeah, according to Media Chomp, that's the only time he speaks directly to Frodo. Yeah. Even in the special extended edition.
He just doesn't think that highly of him, I suppose.
Just an ignorant elf. No wonder they died out. The pointy-eared sarcos.
Hey,
You're giving us the Dungeons and Junkies who are watching it on demand an opportunity to.
So for that, I'm not going to ever listen to Dungeons and Junkies ever again, even though I listened to it this morning.
Mags will greatly regret this when Sauron comes back. We're going to need the elves.
Whilst we are plugging said show, Mags, have you got a particular favourite of the stories that you listen to at the moment between the 5 of us?
No.
Fair enough. If you've got a favourite, that's fine. United in Ronaldo for Pogba!
Oh, that's a great team goal. Well, it would be. Let me just get my phone out and see if I can get the stories up. I don't remember the names of the stories.
Oh God, he's a mile off.
Oh, Ronaldo? Yeah.
Yeah, he's not even close.
He's
thought it was a bit easy. It's me, Kerry, Chad, Alex, and Caitlin on their own website, of course. But I'm guessing you don't subscribe to that one.
I'm aware of the players on their own website. No, I only have the Global Media stream.
Yeah, we were. They're not currently. They're on SoundCloud and other places. So.
Well, you'll have to send me a link to them.
I shall do indeed. It's called Into the Waves.
The episodes are so long. How are you recording so many of them?
We record every week and usually split them in half when we edit them up.
You want to go out and get a job, sir?
I have a job. I have a job.
No, they are great background sounds.
Half time. 1-0 Man United.
United march on to, if the result stands, they would march into 4th place.
It's raining. It's raining quite heavily out at Manchester.
But if form stands, Man United will have a horrific game this second half, and Southampton can take advantage of that.
Well, it was starting to come that way, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Well,
you got to be happy for Jadon Sancho for finally contributing.
Yeah, I think he gets a lot of unfair criticism because he hasn't had the best of seasons, but he also hasn't had a lot of game time. And when you're transitioning from Germany back to England, you need to bed in, and I don't think he's had the opportunity to do that. Hopefully, this will be the kind of spark that'll kick him on to bigger and better things. But I think it's been a decent performance by Man United. Certainly, attack-wise, they've been pretty good. The majority of their chances have been on target. They've made the Southampton defence work a lot more than perhaps Southampton have made the Man United defence work. But 1-0 is still it's not a lot, and it could easily be pegged back.
Indeed. We mentioned something earlier on by our friends, Game of Two Halves. Obviously, that is the football arm of the Nearfall website. We mentioned something about about a tier list. Basically, they've ranked. Someone has ranked all of the Premier League managers. I've sent a picture of that to the group chat, Mags. If you could maybe bring that up, maybe we could quickly discuss it during half time.
I mean, surely if you could send it to me, you could have just maybe brought it.
It's not on my hard drive, unfortunately. You have screens for it. I don't yet. I'm working on that though. I'm working on the whole setup.
I mean, it's literally only just sharing a Chrome tab.
It's on my phone, but that's on me.
Okay, so
here we go. As a tier list of it looks like managers.
Okay.
Yeah, we got an A tier, a B tier, a C tier, a D tier, and an E tier.
So first of all, do we agree with the people who are at the bottom?
It looks like that's
Vieira. No, I think Vieira's been really good this season.
Vieira should be a little bit higher up there.
I don't think Frank has been not Lampard. Brentford Frank, I don't think he's been that bad. He's had a rough kind of a run since that early start, but I think
it's his first season in the Premier League.
Yeah.
You know, hard to say that.
And again, Rangnick, I don't really agree with him being bottom.
I think the jury's out. I think still on Rangnick.
I mean,
I don't. Think
I would say Lampard is a shoo-in. Lampard's definitely a shoo-in in that bottom.
Yes.
But the other three, I don't really agree with.
Okay, what do you think about the D tier?
Gerrard, I think, should be higher. I think he's done really well in his time at Villa so far. Eddie Howe, I've never been a massive fan of him. I think he's someone who will always be in about relegation, so I'd have actually dropped him a tier. Dean Smith, yeah, seems fair. Had an awful start with Villa.
I feel like you can. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mags.
I was just going to say he has an awful start with Villa, but has done really well with the time he's had at Norwich, so that's fair. And just to finish it up before you go into yours, why? I'd stick him in the bottom tier, just for not having the time to do anything yet.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you're pretty spot on. I would. The only thing I would probably change is maybe drop Smith down into the E tier.
Put Vieira up one.
Yeah, put Vieira up one, and maybe Ralf.
Okay, I think that the C tier is majority of that is fair.
Now, as the Burnley fan, I'd think I'd drop Dyche into D.
Wow.
Flop him and Gerrard over, sort of thing.
Yeah, perhaps. Not that I don't like Dash. I think he's absolutely outstanding, and it's a pleasure having him at Burnley. It's just the results do speak for themselves. He's not able to turn those multiple draws into wins.
You have one of the most games in the entire division. I mean, if you have him wins, you're out of there, no problem. But
oh yeah, absolutely. But you have to do that, and right now he's not inspiring the players enough to convert those draws into wins. So I would drop him, but the rest I would agree with. Maybe maybe Brendan Rodgers is just about safe in there. He's had a pretty torrid run recently, but certainly not worse than any of the people underneath him. So, I think I would swap Gerrard and Darch.
Do you agree? Does that mean then, Faith, basically we agree with the B tier and the A tier being accurate?
I
No.
don't think that Mikel Arteta has earned anything on his own.
Yeah, I would drop Arteta out into the C tier. I would drop probably Bielsa out into the C tier.
Wow, really?
Okay, so you're being like Hasselhoff up as well?
Well, no, I mean you don't have to have them level.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
I would drop Conte into B. I don't think he's elite level. That's ridiculous. If I were tempted to switch someone into the A tier, I'd probably go with Moyes. But
He has got a lot out of West Ham for sure. But he does a bit of pressure.
Even now, I think I'd leave him in that B tier, and I think it would be Tuchel, Klopp, and Pep in head and shoulders above everybody else. So anyone who you bring in wouldn't stand up to the quality of those three. So I don't think Conte is ridiculous in that A tier. It just looks so odd. Like one of these things just doesn't belong.
Frank Lampard looks really happy to be there at the bottom.
I'm happy to be involved.
He doesn't look very happy. I mean, I'm looking at these pictures and how many are actually smiling? Klopp smiling, Guardiola smiling. Not entirely sure who else. Is that a smile from Brendan Rodgers or is that? I'm not quite sure.
It's a wry Scottish smirk.
He's found a discount on Just Eat for 50% off. That's what that smile's about.
From Brendan Rodgers, Tanner, he's Irish.
That's racist. That,
He spent so much time in Scotland. I thought he was Scottish. My apologies.
And I think Steven Gerrard did as well, but he's English,
Brendan Rodgers spent like 10 years at
the way that
Go on.
I can't Hasselhoff.
Hasenhüttl.
Yeah, I can't do it from
That's
otherwise.
racist, man.
I can't get my stutter around it. Unfortunately, Tan. I'm sorry.
Fine.
The way that he's positioned there, he's actually got the halo of the Saints logo above his head. I love
and also
that.
the scarf as ears.
Gerrard is very happy to be able to look at the smile on his face.
Yeah, he's
and Roy Hodgson, is that a waxwork model or?
I think Roy Hodgson looks like he's got Bell's palsy.
By God!
But the best one for me is first of all David Moyes at a jaunty angle. Why face straight on? Who needs it? Why not? But Arteta just looks angry. He looks like an Arsenal fan who's sick of Arteta being the manager.
A little bit on that note, I was talking with my brother yesterday about the new captain, who is next Alexander Lacazette. Apparently, and James is very happy with this response. On Twitter, this was shared back on, if I get the date right, the 6th of February. A parent posted a picture of his son, or their son, I shouldn't say. No worse feeling as a parent than when your kid is being bullied. He's so sad, I really don't know how to cheer him up. Relentless digs about his height, getting pushed on by lads double his size.
Oh,
so unfair.
I've seen this post.
Here is him happy. I want this smile back. Hashtag Arsenal, hashtag stop bullying. And a lovely picture of him from the Emirates. Alexander Lacazette responded directly, saying, "Hi Fran, sorry to hear about your son's situation. I'd love to invite you both to a game. Bullies will never win. Please check your DMs." That is someone leading by example. Granit Xhaka, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. That's someone leading by example.
I mean, Aubameyang also tweeted in response saying, "I'm going to meet you after school, 3:30. I'm going to take your lunch money off you."
But it was entirely in Spanish, so nobody. So no.
But like I
No,
say,
but in all seriousness, that's a great response by Lacazette.
been in the job for literally 2 days as the captain, and that's leading my example straight away. That's how you get the fans behind you straight away, seeing you acting like that. Simple, little things like that, but it will change that kid's life.
Yeah, for sure.
He'll
Yeah,
be now
it's
one of the cool kids.
a great,
And we
great
want,
moment.
we want to talk. We want to be talking more about that sort of stuff rather than talking about footballers securing their dream moves and then celebrating by drop kicking their cat across
People
their
kicking their
living room.
cats, assaulting their girlfriends. It's
We
terrible
don't want.
thing.
We don't want to be talking about that sort of stuff. I mean, there's been so many great potentials of careers been going down this season, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of hearing about it. I'm like, and there's another one gone. So I think one reason or another, there have been 9 or 10 players in the Premier League alone who have been in trouble with the authorities for one reason or another, and I'm sick of talking about it.
Yeah.
We have a prime minister who sets that example. Why would we
Unfortunately,
expect anything different from the footballers?
Because politicians, we expect to be scumbags, mags. Unfortunately, no matter who else, some are worse than others. We expect our footballers to set an example.
The news coming out over the last 48 hours or so is of one number 45 trying to flush documents down the toilet.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's,
now where's this check her emails bullshit? Check Donald's toilet.
Check the
his
bog.
cistern.
Yeah, he's in a lot of in a lot of trouble.
How has he not been arrested yet for the crimes that he's clearly committed?
I did nothing wrong. I was watching television. No one can say anything different than that. I was
No
eating
one
KFC.
told me I was at the party.
Comparatively speaking, Boris is an absolute angel, I think. But that's quite the comparison to make.
It will be it'll be very interesting. I mean, he's wanting to be 47 as well, which
Ridiculous.
Scarily has a decent enough chance, and I don't like living on this planet anymore.
No.
I would like to go to another dimension, please.
It is nice in a way.
He wants to do a poocher. He died on the way back to his own home planet.
Yeah. Speaking
In a
of
way.
Futurama making a comeback, it seems.
Yes.
I believe so. No Bender though, which is disappointing.
Bender?
That's
I think the character's going to be there, but not the actor.
yeah, interesting move to not have the same voice.
Is
for
that
him.
I think it was his choice. I think he didn't want to return. I mean, that show must have 9 lives. That's been cancelled so many goddamn times.
All times have been cancelled?
I think it's along those lines.
I think they even referred to it actually in the show that they've been cancelled.
Yeah. Family Guy as well canceled a couple different times.
Well, apparently, according to Seth MacFarlane, all praise Seth MacFarlane, no, not at all. He once claimed that after he wanted to finish up season 3, but Fox encouraged him with money to keep it going.
That seems like the Fox way of doing things. Yeah.
It's interesting, isn't it? For sure.
Good stuff. We talked about we're about to head back here from halftime, but let's give it a quick scan. Matt's brought up several times the Champions League games being played this coming week. So that should be a lot of fun. Tuesday, PSG versus Real Madrid. Sporting host Manchester City. That should be a lot of fun too. RB Salzburg, take on Bayern, and Inter Milan taking on Liverpool. So some very good games coming up this week in the Champions League. Should be a lot of fun. Not Reading and Peterborough United. That is not in the Champions League.
That's the game of the week.
That's the championship.
And don't forget the Pinatar Cup. That is going to be fun. And then the Europa Leagues. Look at some of the names in this Europa League.
Dortmund versus Rangers. What a game!
Barca versus Napoli. Barca versus Napoli is like a quarter-final Champions League game. That's ridiculous. I mean, then you've got Leipzig and Sociedad, Porto and Lazio.
Arsenal Olympiacos.
Sevilla and Zagreb.
Wasn't Arsenal Olympiacos the 2000 Europa League final? I believe it was.
Which year?
I believe it was. Vieira missed the penalty. 2000.
Could well have been.
I think that's right. I can remember James crying afterwards.
And that's the only reason why you remember it, because your brother cried.
It was that, and Clive Anderson was one. Have I got news for you that week? And Angus Deep made a joke about apologies and going up, down, and up. About going up, down, and up again, like a penalty then. And then you had him like, "God, that's why I'm being corrected by the chat." Gather the cheap pops in the chat. They woke up. Well, boys.
Whoa. Welcome.
I apologise for getting that very wrong.
Southampton have made
waiting in the background for you to slip up.
Absolutely. We're about to kick off the second half here, of course. Kicking off, we're underway again.
Stevens is on for Bednarak, I think.
For Manchester United, this game is brought to you by DHL. I've never received a package on time by them. But that's okay.
I mean, you're lucky then. to just receive your packages, you want to try having Yodel as your delivery service.
Yodel?
Jesus, yeah. It could be worse. It could be worse, Max.
So you've seen Ace Ventura, the opening credit where he's volleying the box. That's Yodel. Yodel do that. They essentially pull their van up at the side of the road and lob your package into the garden.
Hoof it.
Yeah.
That's not cool. We got a throw in here. I believe this will be for Southampton.
We have, yes.
Ward-Prowse trying to make his case to pass the ball to him.
He's had a really quiet game, Ward-Prowse. Not really been involved in too much. Not had any free kicks of significance.
Yeah, I do a lot of backward passes. He's not really been given.
What time do you have, gentlemen?
46-15 and counting.
Yeah, 46-19.
Yeah, cool.
Are you behind?
No, I was there with you, Max.
Okay.
Yeah, could be Hermes, who don't even turn up.
Hermes is ridiculous. I don't think we've got one decent parcel delivery service. I mean, probably Amazon.
Parcel Force.
What? No,
they used to be good.
Not.
They used to be good. DPD, Max?
I don't think I get a lot from DPD.
No, I've got that. We only have.
This is a new law for Tekkers. No, when we're discussing parcel delivery companies.
I was just thinking the same thing. I was
to be fair, Tanner brought DHL, not me.
We've reset the bar.
I was trying to make a joke.
Got chance here.
Yeah.
That's a good little through ball. Oh, and that is a great goal.
Great finish.
That is a great finish by Che Adams. Hits, cuts across De Gea, hits the bottom of the post. Looks like it's going to bounce out, but it squeaks its way in. And Southampton starting the second half like they did the end in the first half, on top and in form.
A stunner here.
I'm wrong, and I could be wrong. Almost the same minute as Burnley equalised the other night against them.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's onside. He's on. On.
He is on.
No touch as well. Just clinical finish.
Post.
Bottom of the post and
getting to that.
That's a great finish.
And the ball through as well is off the outside of the foot. It's an exquisite finish.
So a stunner here at Old Trafford. Southampton scoring here right at the start of the second half.
Man United fans not happy. Ronaldo's saying, "What's going on?"
And
Fernandes
Fernandes is looking at him and he's going, "It's your fault, you prick."
Well, actually, he wasn't looking at him. He was behind him. I think. He was looking at him. I thought it did look like it.
Cheers for ruining the joke, man.
Ronaldo going forward, asking for a free kick, and it's been not even gone for a corner. It's been put out for a throw. Well done, Southampton.
So, how's everybody's predictions for this match standing up now? Matt, did you say?
I did 3-0 Southampton, so mine's gone for Burton.
Yeah, I think you're still in with a shout here, Matt.
Yes, I am.
Southampton take another goal here. I think that you'll be out on top.
Would Southampton take the point, or are they thinking we can win this?
No, absolutely go for it. You've got the best part of 40 minutes.
Half, yeah. You can go for the throat here.
We've talked about Man United finishing 4th today if they win this game. What about Southampton? Where will they end up?
Southampton.
They're currently 9th, I think.
They'll stay 9th, will they, or will they just close the gap?
Southampton will go. Let's see here. They'll go up a little bit. They'll go above Brighton.
What a tackle!
Brighton have 2 games in hand currently on
Southampton with a last gasp slide tackle to get the ball back to Forster.
Ronaldo is limping a little bit there.
It's a great tackle, though. Nothing wrong with that.
Got the ball. Perfectly got the ball. That's an outstanding tackle.
Ronaldo's introduced to a tough, fair tackle. Pogba tried to turn mid-air.
Pogba's had a really good performance, I think, this
second half, he's not come out at all, has he?
I mean, it's still early doors. Still early doors. You know,
I mean,
just calm the ball, play a bit of keep ball, keep possession, and kind of stunt this Southampton momentum. And as we say that, McTominay going for a mazy run, quickly cut out though.
It wasn't even difficult.
Oh, that's a bad ball, and Man United come away with it. Mm-hmm. Now this is where they're dangerous.
You got
great defending. Southampton have been really good at cutting out the ball and defending.
Really dogged defending. If you are just joining us here on Radio Tekkers, welcome to alternative commentary of Manchester United versus Southampton from the Premier League. It is 1-1 at 50 minutes gone. Myself, Tanner, and Matt bring you alternative commentary. Do join us on the chat, and also remember to like, share, and subscribe.
Very well said, Matt.
I'm trying my best. My stomach started kicking in halfway through.
United with the ball here.
Jake Ferran's making me regret. I mean, look, he's wearing gloves.
It's
cold.
It's cold.
Yeah, but you don't think any other Man United player apart from maybe Pogba.
No, you don't even understand how cold it is up here in the north today. With the wind, it's probably about -2.
Oh, by the way, we had the wind howl. Remember a couple of months ago when we had the tea kettle going outside my window?
Southampton on the counter.
Kyle Walker-Peters.
Oh, that's fluffed by Armstrong.
It's a chance to make it 2-1. We had the tea kettle was going outside the window, but I seem to have silenced it by resealing the window.
Did you let it outside, or is it back inside now?
The noise is gone. Let's put it that way.
Oh, so will we not get the cars racing past anymore and the bikes?
Hopefully not. Hopefully not. I'm not saying it. If it's a particularly loud one, we won't hear it because someone's being a dick outside and not observing, noise levels.
So leading into Man United and their Jekyll and Hyde kind of mentality in games, from having 4 shots and 4 on target, they've now only had 5 shots and 4 on target. Southampton have gone from 4 and none on target to now 9 shots and 5 on target. So yeah, that Jekyll and Hyde style of Man United it's rearing its ugly head again. This game is Southampton's to win.
They're breaking through now.
Pogba was closed down by 3.
Wow! How did the ref
how's the ref not called anything there?
Shaw was literally wearing the shirt of Brozier then.
He did
Absolutely ripping it off his back.
Brozier right to complain.
He did play on, and in fairness, it was a great strike and a great save by De Gea. But he will put it back, and that was deflected as well.
There should be a free kick here for Southampton.
It should certainly be a booking for Luke Shaw there.
They've given the corner, Tanner.
Okay.
But a booking, no booking, anything was given either.
Ridiculous.
It should be a direct free kick for Southampton.
Oh! Fernandez nearly did the hard work for Southampton there.
Didn't clear the first man, though, which of course is, as Chris always says here on Tekkers, beat the first man, first rule of football.
That was criminal that he didn't.
Yep, so Southampton get a free go at the second one here.
And that's much better. Whipped in, but cleared well by Man United. Southampton recover close to the halfway line. Good ball lofted in, but United are able to shepherd it away. Southampton just keep coming away with the ball, though.
On an interception.
And that's a great interception, and this is what they needed.
Yeah,
Who's
great
in the middle,
awareness.
though? Absolutely nobody in the middle from Man United. Absolutely nobody.
The ball now.
Yeah.
Transition into Ronaldo does so.
Ronaldo maybe should have left that, go to Rashford. Yeah.
And look for Dallo, and Dallo ushered out again.
Yeah.
That was Adams chased him back. We have chat Gravels and Cheap Pops in the chat is asking, what did we think of Martin double yellow?
It's
Max, will you go
hilarious.
first?
I haven't even seen it. So
Martinez was given 2 yellows at the same time because he obstructed a throw-in.
Yeah.
And then committed a foul.
Yeah.
While the fine was being played.
Speaking of,
right,
yeah,
so I'm watching it now.
Clear and blatant handball here by Walker Peters.
Right, yeah. So he essentially pushed the guy doing the throw-in over, which is fair. That's a booking, and then he fouled on the play as well. So yeah, I think that it's ridiculous that it's happened.
Something I don't see often, is it? Yeah, I personally believe it was right to do it that way because on the level of law he's done it right. I mean, it's not usually you see it that way, but
I think it does throw up an issue of maybe the ball should have. Maybe the play should have stopped if it was a booking for the push. But yeah, it's
Forster kicks it off the line. That was so casual by Fraser Forster here.
Yeah, he's a baller. Fraser Forster is a baller. Kick-ups in the first half. He just casually punted away in the second half. Yeah, he's no fear from this Man United team.
He's a unit.
Cole Peters is being harassed and harried, but had pressure Man United and decided to put it out of play for Southampton throw. Harry Maguire here, Max. Talk us through it again.
So Maguire head down like a slab, not even looking at the ball. Managed to stumble his way to getting a shot off, which Fraser just says, "Get the fuck out of here with that."
Romeo and Fernandez squaring up, and Pogba's trying to square up to it. Now they're saying, "Get on with it."
So to your earlier point, Matt, you were saying that Fraser Forster is old. He's only 33 years old.
Really? I generally mean this without meaning something.
That's a pup for a keeper. That's a young pup.
He's in his prime for sure. I generally thought he was older than that. I do apologise. To Fraser Forster.
I mean, I wasn't offended. You don't have to apologise to me.
I apologise to Fraser Forster.
He's only 2 years older than David De Gea.
David De Gea is 31.
Yeah, he's been there for a long time.
Yeah,
Matt can do him.
He's been at Man United. It must be his testimonial year now, surely.
Yeah, I mean, he was the direct replacement for Van der Sar, no?
Yes.
Yeah, he's been there since 2011. So, yeah, testimonial year.
And speaking of Edwin van der Sar, he's been having to do a bit of a cleanup job over at Ajax recently.
Oh yes, FIFA have suspended Mark Overmars from all Ultimate Team Legend stuff as well because of what's been going on. We will say
I don't think I've heard this news. What has Mark Overmars been doing?
It is all alleged. I'd like to point out, but investigating. Apparently, he has been sending messages, inappropriate messages to members of staff at Ajax.
Wow.
You can guess the sort of messages we are thinking about, Mags.
I don't think I want to guess.
No. We're not going to elaborate too much because it's an ongoing investigation, obviously. But Mark, I'm saying Mark Overmars was an absolute legend. He's only 46.
Mark Overmars.
I think his playing days are over, though.
Yeah, but I thought he was older than that. Though.
No, he was part of the Invincible setup, weren't he?
Yep.
Was he? Is he still there in 2003?
I think so.
I'm sure he moved on with Petit back in like.
No, 2000. Oh yeah, he moved on in 2000. Yeah, so you're right.
Oh.
Apologies.
So he was still part of the Arsenal.
He was at Barcelona.
Yeah, he was part of that original Arsenal.
He was with
championship winning title.
Yeah, back in '98. Yeah, he was part of like Anelka and Bergkamp
and Petit.
Emmanuel Petit.
Petit.
the most amazing hair he had back then as well when he was playing for Arsenal. The most amazing hair.
Yeah.
Mark Overmars.
No, Petit.
Him and David Seaman. Yeah.
Oh, David Seaman paired the ponytail with a jaunty moustache as well.
Oh, great save!
Oh, that was a really good save by Forster.
That's the look that I'm hoping to achieve one day.
You
need to get it to grow there.
Oh, what another great save!
Yeah, this is the challenge right here.
Maybe trim and dab a little bit of glue there.
Or some
push it over.
Some
Call me inwards. Some
Sharpie. Just put some Sharpie right here.
Now that takes you into like Nazi-ish look, maybe.
I didn't even think about that.
Really? Oh, when Pogba went.
Pogba went for the flashy overhead. Ooh. Misses the ball, but Jesus Christ, that was inches away.
It was Rooney-esque.
Overmars started a ridiculous Arsenal link that we can't escape.
And that was actually a really good ball from
Ronaldo.
I don't think it was it Ronaldo that whipped the ball over? I think it was maybe Sancho. Ronaldo had that shot that Forster saved.
Also a great second half already.
Mm-hmm.
Walking that to the right side. He apologised, but
Southampton have come away with the ball, though.
No, apparently
is that a free kick?
It's a throw.
Chat Grapple and Cheap Pops podcast says Overmars started the ridiculous Arsenal-Barcelona link that we cannot escape.
Yeah, every player who are coming out of contract at Arsenal has to join Barcelona. It's like an unwritten rule now.
Thierry Henry did it, of course.
Says Fabregas.
Yeah. Obviously, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, because he went on a free transfer in the end, of course.
To be fair, that's not... In the form he was in, that's not a loss.
They did take a massive hit on the amount they paid for it, Mags.
And also a massive saving on wages.
It's true. Southampton now breaking. It's 2-on-2.
Oh, the slide ball doesn't just work this time.
Maguire does keep pushing up for the ball as he tries to push out again.
Is Maguire's form so bad that you would think you would contemplate playing Phil Jones?
Phil Jones has played a couple of games and actually hasn't played badly.
I mean, I actually like Phil Jones. I think he's a clumsy idiot.
He's overly ridiculed, and that meme has done him no favors at all. But he's a decent player on his day.
Chat grabs some cheap pops with money. It's called Alex Klebb.
Yeah.
And,
oh my God, Alexander Klebb, that is a blast from the past.
And Thomas Vermaelen went there as well.
Vermaelen, former Arsenal captain.
Vermaelen was quality. Alex Klebb stole a living.
I do believe he was actually signed for money, and quite a lot of money, I believe, as well.
I think most players sign for money.
No, I think they paid. They actually paid a fee.
Okay. I was like,
I believe he paid a fee.
Unless someone says no, I would like you to pay me in Oreos, please.
Was Alex Kaleb part of that squad that included Pascal Sagan? Yeah.
Pascal Sagan, who ended up at Fulham, I think, at one point. No, that's Senderos. And Alex Song as well, who was Rigobert Song's cousin.
Alex Song. That's another good shout. He was so good for Arsenal before he left to Barcelona, and then he just rode the bench the rest of his career.
He was okay at Barcelona, but he didn't get game time, as you said. And Romeo again stepping in, and the way they come.
Southampton on the march.
Southampton looking more likely to score here. 25 minutes to go.
Pushes it out wide. Southampton can still make some substitutions as well.
Indeed.
Freshen up the game a little bit. I think so can United, if I'm not mistaken.
Romeo again, feeding him in.
Broja, Romeo. Oh, out to Armstrong.
Great strike, but a bit of a heavy touch.
So there's been 8 transfers between Arsenal and Barcelona going to the new camp, and we've named between us and with Chat Grapple and Pops. So we've named 7. Who is the one that we've not named? And I forgot about this player as well, and it's a banging shout. I'm sure the guys at Chat Grapple and Cheap Pops are going to get it, but let's see if we can pick. Let's see if you two can pick it up before they do.
So we named Overmars Petit, Claire Vermaelen, Alex Song.
We mentioned Thierry Henry,
Fabregas.
So for some
a direct transfer as well, yeah.
Right. So for some clues, he played for Arsenal in 2001 and then was loaned to Barcelona in 2003, eventually signing a year later on a permanent.
Oleglushny?
Nope, incorrect.
It's not Anelka, because Anelka went to Madrid, if I'm not mistaken, not
He
Barcelona.
did. Yes.
In his first 2 seasons at Barcelona, he helped win consecutive La Liga titles and the Champions League.
Not Henrik Larsson, because Henrik Larsson didn't play for Arsenal.
He's Dutch.
It's not. Well, it's obviously not Dennis Bergkamp. Is it Mark Overmars?
No, we've mentioned Mark Overmars.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Do you give up?
Not yet.
That's not a bad shout, Silvino. It's not Silvino. It's
Giovanni Van Bronckhorst.
It is Van Bronckhorst, yeah.
The current manager of Rangers.
Nice Googling there.
I didn't Google. I was thinking.
Captain the.
And there it comes. Oh my God!
Ooh, Broja. Oh.
Southampton are knocking on the door.
But of course, the way they're knocking on the door, of course, it means Man United Wolves who won to score. Walker Peters over the top. That was a nice little chip by Walker Peters.
Oh man.
There's another goal coming.
Yeah, Giovanni van Bronckhorst. He led the Dutch side to the the World Cup finals in 2006. He was the captain of the team. Yeah,
so Chaps, Grapples and Cheap Pop said Silvino. He went via Celta Vigo. Arsenal sold into Celta Vigo and then went to Barcelona.
And then went to Barcelona. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know where it came. But it came from a reason in my mind. Like Van Bronckhorst was at Arsenal. I'm sure.
It came from www.google.com.
My phone is here, Mags. I have not touched my phone.
Alexa, name off
Don't
the
say
people.
that. It's going to set her off. It did that while we were watching the Rumble.
So apparently with Alexa you can play a guessing game as well, can't you?
Yeah. You can actually play Skyrim through it as well.
You can play the game Skyrim.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
You used to do is say the word.
I don't like playing Skyrim
No,
on
no.
PS5. I
No,
don't
but
want to
all
play
you
it
do
through
is
my Google.
All you do is say her name and then say play Skyrim, and she will play Skyrim, and she'll even pause it for you so you can resume where you were. And it basically is like D&D 1-on-1, basically. She works as a dungeon master for you, basically.
Okay.
But it was done as an April Fool's joke, and then they said, let's actually do it for real. So they did.
I feel they wasted a lot of their time.
I don't know. It's kind of a fun little feature. Let's face it, Bethesda's work. They've got so much money, they can do what they want. Let's face it.
Well, not now they don't, because Microsoft owns them.
Yes. And
Southampton coming away with it 4-2 there, but crowded out.
Trying to find Adams.
But even then, Southampton Brozier could casually just retrieve the ball. No Man United player anywhere near.
It's like they've got my passion, Max.
It's panicky. This is panic station now for Man United, and how they've got away with no foul there. And another poor ball by Ronaldo.
Cut him out.
Well, I think it was Ronaldo.
It's a foul given here, unfortunately, which is against
Pogba.
Pogba wins it. I couldn't pronounce.
Yeah, Pogba wins
Who
it.
was it?
It's El Unisa, yeah. But they're slabhead putting. We're getting a replay of Brozi's chance. Slabhead in the way.
According to the commentary team, Max, because I can hear it from your headphones. Apparently, they are saying that a lot of people say that he should have gone down for a penalty when he actually crossed it.
Wow.
And I'm like, well, I can see why people are saying that, but so he got merits at least then.
Yeah.
For not having done so. Substitution happening here.
We got substitution. First sub of the game, I think.
Second one, Southampton they went half time.
Yeah, Southampton brought on Stevens at half time.
It looks like El Unasi is the one coming off.
I mean, it makes sense. He's been involved. Quite a bit, but he's also fouled a number of times. So be lucky to be coming off without a booking, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. Shah is back over on Twitch saying I'm back. I just want to love Man United, so here we go.
Yes, Southampton haven't been booked at all yet. No Southampton players been booked yet, but Man United have got McTominay and Rashford in the book.
Yes, and they could if they go down if they lose a man United will just put it back to the wall and settle for the draw.
Mm-hmm.
That's what
at Old Trafford.
Ronaldo!
Oh, and it squeaked its way in. And offside.
Offsides there.
He's offside. Oh, he's fuming.
He's complaining. VAR will check it.
Good call.
There is five Man United players, 6 Man United players offside
and Sancho, even if he doesn't touch it, he's off.
Yeah, good
He's
call.
saying, no, I wasn't offside. It was everybody else was offside.
Is Rondo ghosting again?
Now book him.
Yes.
Yeah,
book him for being cheeky, ref.
Yeah,
he should not be doing that.
He should ask if he wants to hand over the whistle to Ronaldo.
But the way that his body language is, it's almost like he's not bothered about Man United being offside. He's bothered that he personally was offside.
I think they're asking if Sancho makes contact. Because if Sancho makes contact, then Ronaldo is off. Twice.
Ronaldo was off in the initial ball.
Yeah.
Oh, Fernandes is fuming with Ronaldo. Why didn't you move earlier, old man?
Yeah, free kick given. Yarn went up. Free kick given to Southampton. Offside.
Yeah. I mean,
it was.
It's clear and obvious. As Max pointed out.
It was to us, obviously, because we have the benefit of seeing the replay, of course.
Even if Sancho did get the touch, Ronaldo was offside a second time. So,
Shah in the chat is saying Rondo learned it from Mourinho. That's why Rondo's fuming for no reason.
It's the self-centeredness, though, that's really kind of worrying from Ronaldo. That he wasn't bothered about Man United as a whole being offside, just him being offside.
Ronaldo down, no foul given.
Yeah,
Romeu
Salisu
keeps
clean as
playing
you like,
Pogba.
but Romeu's distribution there was.
And now Walker Peters
lacking.
comes to the ball. He's now out of position as Shaw charges forward.
Shaw and Rashford linking up, and that's a decent ball, but well shepherded out by Southampton. Looking for some space to break now.
Southampton, you feel it's a matter of time before they score. If wait, they're playing
And that's
here.
well played. Southampton now powering forward.
That's a handball, surely.
Bad ball, but it looks like Man United have got away with it.
And Southampton back again.
Yeah, it's
Ralf,
very-
my voice is breaking as we talk live on the air.
Very back and forth here. If they can get Livramento to go up a little bit, I think that they're going to have a nice little triangle here that they can use going forward, but it looks like he's retreating back.
It's very kind of choppy in terms of tackles going in and getting that final ball through.
They pushed Walker Peters forward into like a right winger position now, and they put Livramento in.
They're going out for the win. They know that this Man United team is fragile, and they're going for the
They're
win.
here for the taking. What they
But
feel.
this is the problem. You leave gaps like this, and
Oh, that's a poor ball from Rashford. I think clear the first man.
but United come
Chris
away with
Harris
it.
rule of football.
And then Southampton retrieve the ball again. This is end-to-end stuff.
Very back and forth.
And Livramento is
And that's a
fouled
foul.
by Rashford. He's got to be
He's already on a
careful.
booking. He's already on a booking. That was a brave move by Rashford.
And he got the
And
anger.
who's this? Who's this coming onto the pitch? Is that a Martial RC?
And that's a
Jesus! Oh, sorry. That's why it's an Alanga. That's why I don't see it a Martial.
Alanga on from McTominay. Shah
would
in the
be-
chat.
Would
That
be
joke fell flat. Brilliant.
quite odd for Martial to show up as he's currently in Spain.
There we go.
Shah in the chat. My blood Pessy. Playing at CDM and PSG. Him and United Poch for FS. Yeah. And Connor McCabe in the chat saying, "Good nutting, gents. Good noting."
Pardon me?
He's what he says, good nothing, I think is what he's trying to say.
I think he may mean morning. And just
Good afternoon to us from the UK. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon here. Southampton, keep the ball in play.
I
Cole
apologize, Matt. I
Livramento.
thought you had said something else.
Oh,
Something highly inappropriate that we could not say on YouTube. Hi,
something
YouTube.
that you definitely shouldn't be doing in November.
Ah!
I'm not sure it is. We're going to move on. Right,
Oh,
we're gonna,
he's such an innocent cherub.
What a...
yeah, Connor McCabe is confirming it's morning, it's early still. May I just hoofing the ball forward and just hoping that one of the front three can bring it down.
Southampton are just the first to pretty much everything. Even when they lose the ball, the tenacity.
Walker Peters is up against Shaw, and the highest him to scramble to keep it in out for a throw-in rather than a corner.
Well,
This is getting very
maybe
nervy.
if Luke Shaw concentrated on his football more than his fucking NFTs, then we wouldn't be in this position.
What was I said during the European Championship, Max? Sure, he won't let you down. Well, he's not been good this season, unfortunately.
He hasn't. Southampton, though, with the throw-in.
Looking, Salisu,
with a long throw.
he has got this option, hasn't he, on it in his locker?
Yeah, he's got it in him.
Wallop. Man United come away with it, though. Ronaldo in his own half. What the hell? No, you pass now because you were at least 6 yards offside.
Alanga was in, but well shepherded out by the centre half for Southampton.
And the ball stays in play.
And thrown against Dan, I think it's off for a throw to Southampton. Shah is officially registering a petition for Scott McTominay to be captain Manchester United.
Interesting move.
I wouldn't let him
was
captain a
on.
broom.
Not the kind of sweep you had in mind, Max, no?
No, I'd put the broom as his supervisor.
What was the phrase Triple H once said? I'll wrestle a broom. The broom will give me a better match than most of you guys in the back.
Yeah, or the fact that Daniel Bryan can get a 5-star match out of a broom.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Or Kenny Omega for that matter. More of a blow up doll than anything else, I think.
My nephew Jack celebrated his 10th birthday this week, and he absolutely hero worshipped Kenny Omega.
Or was it Kota Ibushi that wrestled the blow up doll?
Let's move on from that, shall we?
I think Kenny Omega wrestled the wrestling.
The little girl.
He wrestled the little girl, yeah, but he also wrestled in a thong. That's also a thing.
DDT.
That is a thing.
And I think he also wrestled one of those wrestling dummies and did like 50 what is the Canadian destroyers in a row, like literally just rolling Canadian destroyers.
Nice.
That would be impressive, to be fair. Shah is asking, is Phil Jones still at the club? He is. He played in the FA Cup and the League Cup up until
Didn't he recently sign a new contract as well?
I believe so. And unfortunately from Russia there.
I can't think of who should be captain of United if Maguire was to leave. I mean, probably as far as being a model citizen is concerned, you would want maybe Marcus Rashford to be captain.
Well, he's Man United born and bred. He literally lives and breathes the club. Yeah. I would say that he would be a smart choice because a local lad, for sure.
Yeah, but does he have that...
A champion of the people?
Yeah, but does he have that charisma on a pitch where
this is the thing,
people would follow him, where he could inspire?
But does Maguire have that?
No, absolutely not. But he does have a massive head that if you don't do what he says, he'll
headbutt you.
Headbutt you. Yeah.
Yeah, he'll think you're Greek, and he'll get you what for?
Shah with some
fisticuffs.
Shah is saying Luke Shaw is best left back in the world, best Manchester in world. Give us Bayern.
And I don't think any of those statements are true. And Man United saying give us Bayern right now. That Bayern would destroy this Man United team.
You don't want any part of.
You don't want that smoke. You don't want that smoke.
Bayern Munich would rip apart most teams at the moment.
I mean, Bayern Munich could play Josh Kimmich at left back, and he'd be better than Luke Shaw at this moment.
Fair, Kimmich is a very good fullback, to be fair, Mag. So yes, he could.
But also probably the best CDM in the world.
But he plays right back, I believe, for Germany, doesn't he?
I think he does. He could play pretty much anywhere.
He's very much in the Philip Lahm mold of
no change
players. Jesse Lingard, who doesn't want to be there.
He literally said, "Sell me, please." And Rangnick said goodbye, and the board went, "No."
The board said no because allegedly because of the issues surrounding a certain number 11. They had to keep him. But if Lingard wants out, the best thing he can do is score plenty of own goals. Well, his contract expired in the season. He's not been given a new contract, so they had a chance to actually, get
earn
some money.
Yeah, I mean,
the fact is he would have gone to Newcastle if they hadn't asked for 15 million if they stay up.
I wonder if he watches like his games at West Ham and just cries because he was scintillating at West Ham.
He was in my team of the year last season, Mike,
just
wasn't he?
Watches the screen and one tear just rolls, and he sees his phone and Moyes is ringing him and he's like, "No, I can't speak to you, Moyes. It just hurts too much."
Thing is, though, come May 30th or June, is it May or June 30th? Come June the 30th, though, Max, he can go where he likes.
I hope he signs a new deal. That'd be brilliant. What a saga.
Lingard, Pogba, foul given.
Romeo down.
Pogba wanted the foul, Romeo back up again. And
he's back up now, they've got the ball. Come on,
10
Romeo.
minutes to go at Old Trafford. Carl Walker-Peters in overblast mode.
Yeah.
Oh, 3 Man United defenders though come and block his ball, but they come away with the throw in.
Nice little throw in here.
Check off the cheap pop saying, is Lingard and Mustafa Ali at Man United? Absolutely.
He's the Keith Lee of Man United.
And Conor McCabe saying Man United is just a mess right now. That is the understatement of the century. And Shah is saying, my blood lost to Watford 4-1. Then boys saying, give us by him.
True. This is true.
Stevens the ball in. Litvinenko.
Southampton again, though, come away with the ball.
The ball had back to Forster.
It's all the way back to Forster.
But we will point out that Forster was pretty much halfway to the halfway line. So it wasn't like it was all the way back.
He's a competent sweeper keeper.
Very competent sweeper keeper. I wouldn't mind.
Man United.
Walker Peters.
Did they tackle each other?
No,
Yeah.
No, foul had been given
a foul
because the United player barged them into each other.
Yeah,
so United are struggling to get 3 passes in a row.
What happened?
Southampton just
looks
on.
bad here for
Talk us through
Livermento.
this, Mag. Walker Peters steals it from Pogba, and then
No, I don't think that's a Man United foul. That looks like I
think Pogba does commit the foul.
Is a collision there. Something happened with Livermento.
Pogba does commit the foul.
Pogba's got booked, and he's not happy about it. That looked to me like
That looked like a collision within the players, not anything that Pogba did. That's a harsh move by the ref here.
I think that feels unfair to me.
Yeah, they might want to.
Oh, that's why. That's why, right there.
Oh, the push. Yeah.
And now Pogba is he's losing it. Pogba's losing it.
That's his 5th of the season. That means he will miss the next game.
And Fernandes is also getting involved.
He's like, Pogba's the only other person here besides me who is actually trying to get something to happen for him.
Shah is saying, does anyone remember Dean Henderson? Yes, he was playing in goal during the FA Cup.
He'll be another player that leaves at the end of the season.
Yeah,
he was in the FA Cup team, which lost on penalties to Middlesbrough. Henderson did not save a single penalty.
He'll be going to
Newcastle.
Sheffield.
I think Newcastle.
Yeah,
What?
Newcastle.
Which Sheffield? Wednesday.
Especially
Wednesday.
given there is some talk today that Man United have a deal in place to sign Dubravka.
What a cut from! That's a massive come down from Dean Henderson. Jesus, that's horrific. He's not Man United quality.
Apparently, I will be checking this.
Yeah.
But I'll just quickly check my sources, see where it's comes from, because it may not be the most credible source ever, but it's the meal talking about.
So Shar over on Twitch says, my Man United friends were saying De Gea out, Henderson will be #1 goalkeeper in England last year. I heard that a lot.
Yeah, and then De Gea has just returned to form.
Yeah, and Henderson has not had a peek in since.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, that's always going to be an issue when you've got 2 outstanding players in vying for one spot. Yeah, eventually you're going to have to. You can't keep robbing Peter to pay Paul, I suppose, and playing them both. Eventually, one of them's going to want to break away. And in the form that De Gea is in, he's undroppable. So
apologies. It was apologies. Dubravka was offered to Man United,
and Rangnick went, "Who? Who the fuck is that?"
They wanted
Does he play for Zagreb?
Gentlemen, if I may.
Sorry.
If I may.
You may not.
Newcastle were trying to sign Dean Henderson on loan to the end of the season. Dubravka was offered in exchange on a permanent deal. At a permanent deal.
Wow.
Man United, and Dubravka turned it down.
Wow. I mean, he's getting game time at Newcastle, so
Southampton
that
are
does
in.
make sense.
He's also about to
He's
get
gone down. Is there a
paid.
penalty? They're looking for a penalty hit.
Ooh, if Maguire really
That's it, Brozier. Make a meal of that. Come on, Brozier.
Yeah,
Make a
Yeah,
meal of
we'll
it.
check it.
get
Is
Maguire
this a
sent
penalty,
off.
Max? Talk us through this, Max. Here it comes.
Oh, so Maguire goes for the back heel. I don't think it's Maguire that does the foul. Oh, yeah, he does. He
And that
comes
is-
bundling
is
through,
that-
and it's
is
a
that
foul.
foul?
He doesn't make contact with the ball, I don't think.
No,
So Maguire's been shown up there by Brozier. Comes back in. knees to the back of the knees of
Oh, he's
Broja
standing on him!
and a stamp on the ankle. No contact with the ball whatsoever. It's a penalty.
If
That's
VAR
a penalty
checked that's a penalty.
all day long. That's a penalty all day long. Maguire makes no contact whatsoever with the ball.
Man.
Broja's ankle must be in pieces after that because that was a full-on stamp.
VAR will check that. No
So
question
yeah, we're
about
getting
it.
another view of it now. Broja. So Maguire bundles him over, knees to the knees, and then stamp on the ankle.
Is it intentional?
No,
One
I
could argue about it.
don't think it would have been intentional. He's just
Yeah, but you cannot be that clumsy in the box.
Right,
You
right,
cannot,
right, right.
Even without the stamp, that's a foul because
Right.
of the way he's barged Broja over.
I think it being intentional or not is irrelevant. Perhaps I think this is just such a bad foul.
We're telling Broja he's got to go off.
Oh man.
I think that's Danny Barrow's decision.
If they don't get a penalty, they've been very, very lucky here.
They've been
I-
Southampton would be
Varane's
robbed.
whinging at him to hurry up.
Hurry up for what? We should be getting a penalty
From-
here.
Free
Because
kick given
it's a
to
free-
Man United.
That's some bullshit.
Ridiculous. Southampton will be... That has put a dampener on this game.
Speaking of, you want to go a bit further, Mag? I've just checked the news as well here. Manchester United have threatened to ban season ticket holders who do not show up for at least 10 matches next season.
What? Why?
So that's like 90% of Man United season ticket holders, though. Because the season ticket holders are... Oh, wow. Lingard has
Lingard,
got into
very
the
good.
book.
I think the ref has lost the plot here.
I think the Man United players have lost the plot, it looks like.
Lingard's been on the pitch for 5 minutes. 10 at max.
He doesn't want to be on the pitch, though. This is
No, but
wasting
being
his time.
sent off is not what you want.
Yeah,
You want to be conducting yourself in a manner for people behind you. 5
So,
minutes of
5
time
minutes
lost.
extra time.
You can't help but feel that if this scoreline remains, that Southampton have been hard done.
Charlotte is asking the chat, penalty or not? Penalty all day long for
For
me.
me,
Definitely
for me, a
penalty.
penalty.
Penalty
all day
all
long for
day
me.
long.
The foul and the stamp, it's just that's
Did Chris just say not a penalty?
It was a penalty. Like it was not.
Yeah.
It should have been given. It was not given, Chris.
It should have been a penalty.
Romeo-
Even without the stamp, that was a foul in the box.
On a ball through to Armstrong here. Ronaldo is now back defending. That's how desperate they've got.
It's head tennis in the box. Oh, some
It's about the
great skill, dribbling all the way through 3 or 4
Broja.
Man United defenders there. Broja is just ripping this Man
They are
United side
literally putting
a
a red
new
wall
one.
up here. They'll take the draw right now, United, you feel. 4
They've
minutes
done a
to go.
Chelsea and parking the bus.
Sancho trying to play in short.
yeah.
Luke Shaw running as if Greggs is about to close.
VAR Chester is being shouted by Charlotte Chat, who one could argue that's right.
Yeah, I can't blame.
Free kick to Manchester
Charlotte.
United.
Jeez.
Is the ref pulling out another card?
I'm not entirely sure that's a yellow card. It's a foul, yes, but
I don't think he did book him.
VAR Chester parking the bus at Old Trafford. It's like Jose never left.
Oh goodness.
Luke Shaw and Fernandez over this ball. Fernandez saying, touch it and I will kill you.
The ref left a really big glob of Barbasol right there on the touch on the.
It is sure.
Shaw whips it in.
Oh,
Oh, that's a great save by Forster.
phenomenal save. Frank the Fourth could be the man of the match here.
I feel like there's
Oh.
no other choice.
And then he comes in and teases for the foul. Brilliant.
And Forster buys some more time.
Oh,
fair-
ow, my finger really
To be
hurts.
fair, but it did hurt a little bit.
Maguire,
What a great
again,
save.
slab-heading the ball. Hitting, coming off at that 90-degree angle. And, yeah, Forster had to essentially get from behind that.
Yeah,
And
that-
then
that-
Fernandez
hit him right in the fingers
boots him in the hand.
What the hell was that?
I don't know.
Chris and Matt having a bit of a domestic here, chaps.
I see.
We'll just mute
Let's
this.
keep an eye on this for a little while.
Steps on a coat hanger.
Brilliant. Just what a perfect way to come back. He stepped on a coat hanger. That's a foul, if I've ever seen one. The coat hanger got booked for that.
Could go back up in the chat. He's staying a little late to his show. Morning, Chris. Morning.
There's like 90 seconds of the game to go, Graham.
Yeah,
You
welcome,
couldn't have timed that any worse.
If you've just missed it, there's
Elanga.
broken coat hanger over at Matt's house.
Oh!
Head out again. Southampton are dealing with most things coming now. Well, Sancho looking for a quick throw.
Man United looking to smash and grab here. Southampton making a last minute
Ward-Prowse being
substitution.
hooked. No.
Romeo
Ward-Prowse's
coming
number went up, but it's Romeo going off.
It's Diallo. No, it was number 6. Definitely went up.
Okay, my apologies about that. I just thought it was an 8.
Che Adams trying to calm everyone down. Che Adams has been given the BT Sport Man of the Match. It's hard to argue that because
I think that's forcing my vote.
we haven't said his. Yeah, I think Forster's probably going to be man as well, or maybe De Gea.
The keepers have had great days, for sure.
Man United looking to use this last 30 seconds to get a win out of the jaws of a draw. And it's shepherded out, and
Shah is saying
Ronaldo,
referee in man of the
like the
match.
baby back bits that he is, keeping hold of the ball so we can't get the quick kick off.
Looks like Man United fans are leaving, but at least they waited to win the game this time. Looks like perfect time for me just in time to Man United drop more points to Graham. Well, it's possible. I mean, there'll be a few more moments handed on probably. Premier League has all the technology in the world. Just show off, no use. But to be fair, it's how it's interpreted. To be fair,
But the referee didn't. I don't think he even looked at the VAR for that.
I don't
foul.
think so. No.
He
Not
made his
even-
decision and he stuck by it.
Yeah, it wasn't even acknowledged. It seems.
That's full time.
And that's full time.
Man United won. Southampton won. What a
point
good game
shared.
to watch.
The points absolutely shared. The two Ralphs having a good chin wag. And Hasenhüttl says, I'll meet you in the car park afterwards, you absolute wanker. Remember all that time at Leipzig? Well, yeah, you're getting it in the parking lot, sir.
We've got a Ralf.
Good.
haven't we?
You're gonna
Okay,
get
excellent.
yours.
Yeah. He's going to wreck it, Ralph. But
Speaking of Disney, I mean, Graham asking what
We
Chris
weren't.
is doing in the background. Rocky Ralph is
Masturbating.
he was getting some stuff. He's going shopping. Okay, Graham. he's
that's
going
what I
shopping.
meant. I meant that. But yeah, the points are shared at Southampton. I think Man United are going to be disappointed that they didn't get the win. They desperately needed it to keep in that 4-spot game. But they were lucky to actually come away with the point because I think Southampton will be fuming that they didn't win this.
United had the chances, yes, but at the same time, Fraser Forster was a man mountain today.
Yeah.
They were undone by a bit of fortune. Let's face it, because the left back slipped when he let Rashford in for the goal. But aside from that, Forster faultless, absolutely faultless, and it looked effortless at times from the English goalkeeper. He surely is putting in a case to go to the World Cup with that sort of performance.
Yep, absolutely. So that result leaves Man United in 5th. Same games as West Ham, but Arsenal, Tottenham, and Wolves all have multiple games on Man United now.
Spurs have 3 in hand on Man United. Arsenal have 2, and Wolves and Brighton have 2 as well. They could be back in that mix. They win both their games.
Yeah, I think Brighton may be down too many points away from Man United. I think they're like 10 points clear. But Wolves, certainly, if they pick up 2 wins, they're level on points with Man United. Is Tanner's microphone working or simply can't get a word in edgeways? It's that second one. We always interrupt him, and he
It's okay.
just sits there politely, I must admit, very politely, but he's like, I fucking hate these two. Ba-boom.
God, no, his microphone was muted. He didn't even notice it.
Bullied, absolutely bullied, ridiculous.
Yeah.
And
So,
Shaw is saying Ben Foster
There we
making
go.
YouTube
Proving
vlogs
his
about
point,
Watford.
proving Graham's point of chipping in when Tanner was just about to make a point. Tanner, the floor is yours, sir.
I was just going to ask,
So,
man of the
Matt,
match
what do you
shout.
think of the man of the match?
Tanner, after you.
Man of the match shouts here, gentlemen. Man of the match shouts. What are we thinking here?
Who are you? Take
After
the lead,
you,
Tanner.
Tanner.
I'm gonna go with a gusty choice here of going Oriol Romeu. I thought he had a superb game, channeled his inner N'Golo Kante, and really made life very hard for Manchester United. I'd also give a special shout to Broja. I thought that he was also very much a part of the mix of things, and on another day with another referee, perhaps we would have gotten a penalty, and that would have been all she wrote for Manchester United today.
Two great picks. I feel that you picked them because we telegraphed maybe who we were going to pick, and you wanted to be a little bit different.
Yeah, different. Yeah.
I'll take mine next then, because I think that Matt's probably going to go the opposite way, but I think David De Gea was pivotal in keeping Man United in this game. Made some outstanding saves, 2 in 5 minutes to his left, which were world class saves. So for that, I'm going to give it to David De Gea.
Fraser Forster is my pick. He edges out Romeo slightly. Romeo was absolutely fantastic today. This is the sort of player that Chelsea thought they signed, and then try to shoehorn him into the Makelele role, which was never going to work for him. He's much better in this role for Southampton. He was everywhere today. He had Pogba in his pocket.
And Ronaldo. Pogba in one
Ronaldo.
pocket, Ronaldo in the other.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't think we saw a great amount of Sancho either in this game because of the work being done with Ward-Prowse alongside him. It was great to see. But Forster today, we mentioned earlier the way that he sat Fernandes down in the first half as well. That was unbelievably cocky. But at the same time, he kept possession of the ball. Literally cleared Harry Maguire. He was not to miss a goal, but literally passed it to him, and he clears it over his head. Fraser Forster for me needs to be in the conversation for the World Cup end of this year for sure. I'm aware it's only February, but you've got to. But I'm used to the World Cup being a lot earlier in the year. But Forster's
Can't make that reach. I'm struggling to reach there.
I would have
It's
Forster,
not that good.
I'd have Forster and Pickford any day of the week.
I mean, that doesn't make that the same point as you saying he should.
Pickford is the number one goalkeeper for England. Forster is a better
and we can
keeper.
agree it's a bad choice. We can agree on that.
I'm saying that Forster.
But making a second bad choice of having Forster as England number one does not negate the first bad choice.
Would you rather have? Would you trust Forster or Pickford in your goal?
I would trust Pope.
I think of those two. Popey goes to World Cup. in my
Of
opinion.
those two, I would play rushbacks with with John Stones.
We've got some more people in the comments here. Shah is saying, "My boys said last match, why didn't you start Ronaldo?" Same boys today said, "Why did you start Ronaldo?"
Ronaldo had a. I get Ronaldo has fans and he's very divisive character. In this game, he was terrible. He had a poor game. Very self-centered. Didn't track back until the last 10 minutes of the game. Going forward, he was always the one off pace. Tried to claim he had some involvement in the Man United goal. Yeah, he had an awful game.
Indeed, as we mentioned earlier, hasn't scored for a month and a half, which is unheard of for someone of his caliber of scoring.
And his wages.
And his wages, indeed. Shah is saying Pickford is good for England, to be honest. But yeah, but let's face it, England are usually playing milkman and postman in qualifying. Aaron Ramsdale is the pick from Graham for.
I would go.
Ramsdale's a good shout for sure. And then Graham also enjoying your rushbacks.
Do they have rushbacks in disc golf? That'd be interesting.
Ooh! Shots fired. Right. Gentlemen, as always, a fantastic pleasure to bring alternative commentary to everybody here watching the Radio Tekkers, watching on demand. Why not give us a cheeky follow and a subscription? So ring the bell, as Mag would say, so you can always be when we go live, Chain Wrestling goes live, or you maybe stuff from 5 Rounds goes live, or any other content right here on Radio Tekkers for that matter. Where can we get in touch with all that stuff, Tanner, usually? Where can people follow us on Twitter, for example?
Yeah, y'all can give us a follow on Twitter over at Radio Tekkers. That's RADIOTEKKERS. Just right there. It's just right there. Right there. So yeah, give us a follow there over on the Twitters. Obviously, I'm at Texas Gentleman _ Mags is at Podfather Mags, and the magnificent one himself is at the Mad Attack UK. Gentlemen, fun times here this morning for me, this afternoon for the two of you over on the other side of the Atlantic Ocean. It's Manchester United 1, Southampton 1. Thank you all for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Join us tomorrow.
Yes.
We will be back.
And
Leicester versus West Ham United.
yeah.
Don't worry, the Cats are being locked away. Everyone's safe.
And with that, we are out of here.
Good night. And good luck.
Meow.